Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the triple gem. Homage at the holy feet of Bada Bhanteji. Homage at the holy feet of our Guru Bhanteji. Homage to the Sangha here, all the venerable monks, venerable nuns, and upasakas and upasikas. Today, let us learn few things about mindfulness. Sati. Sati is, as we practice meditation so often, you know the importance, how much this mindfulness is needed, because we are practicing to develop mindfulness. So today, let us try to understand the nature of mindfulness. Mindfulness itself is a great power. In all kinds of meditation, especially Lord Buddha's meditation systems, they're all based on Sati. Satipatthana Sutta, a very, very prominent sutta discourse by Lord Buddha, explains how to develop this sati. We have heard mindfulness so many times. Mindfulness is to focus our mind on an object, and that focusing is in the present moment. When you have mindfulness, means it is in the present, not in the past or future, because very important aspect of mindfulness is it takes the objects which are real, which are there now. You can be mindful, or your mind can be fully be with an object only in this moment. That which has gone is gone. You cannot catch that object. You can only bring it as a new object in the form of memory. Memory is also an object, but that is memory of something which is right now present. So if there is memory, then you know, this is memory. This is mental object. If you have, for example, you have seen something, a Lord Buddha statue here, and when you go and remember in your house tomorrow or day after tomorrow, this statue is not there in front of you, in front of your eyes. It is not an eye object anymore. But this can come as memory. Then it is mental object. So you have to understand, oh, this is mental object, not the eye object. Mental object present now. So mindfulness is capacity. It is a capacity to attend to the contents of our experience in this present moment. Through eyes, we see objects. Through ears, we hear sounds. We can be aware of sounds. We can be aware of smell, taste, touch, or mental objects. One of the six. There are only these 6 objects. So these objects can become objects of mindfulness, objects of our observation, objects of our awareness. Why is it so important? One of the very fundamental characteristics of mindfulness is it takes things as they are, not in any superficial way, not in any kind of imagination way. So that non-superficiality is the lakshana, the characteristic of mindfulness. Very interesting, huh? Whenever you have mindfulness, you are seeing things correctly. Whenever you don't have mindfulness, then you are not seeing things correctly. You will be seeing in a perverted way, in a superficial way. So you can see the importance of mindfulness. Do you want to live a life of superficiality? Ask yourself, do you want to live a life of being with reality, understanding reality, or superficiality? So mindfulness, the first job is to bring it out from superficiality to reality. So once you are with more and more with reality, confusions will become less and less. Doubts, confusions, mental contradictions will become less. What a wonderful quality of our mind. It is there in all of us. Every one of you have this beautiful quality called Sati, mindfulness. So confusions will become less and less. Mindfulness is another quality of clarity. So more and more clarity means less and less confusion. More and more clarity means less and less superficiality. More and more clarity means more reality. Less and less imagination and concepts. How many moments in your life, if you take for example 10 minutes, how many minutes or how many seconds you are with mindfulness, with reality, with proper understanding, and how many moments you are in imagination or concepts or superficiality. You just check up. Even to know that, you need Sati again. How much I am in superficial thoughts and how many times I am with reality thoughts. So mindfulness makes this confusion less and less. Confusion means contradiction. You are not contradicting within yourself. Forget about contradiction with others. Within yourself. Should I do this? Should I not do this? Is it right? Is it wrong? Is it... So many questions keep on coming up. Focus your mind, analyze correctly, and take it correctly. But instead of that, what happens? Our concepts, our imaginations, they overlap and they cover the reality, and then we will be confused. And with that confused mind, not able to do decisions, correct decisions. And even if you make one decision now, then because it was superficial, it will change. Again, you get confused. Oh, it was like that. That's why I did this decision. Now it is another. So, Sati is the beginning of understanding, wisdom. So Sati leads to wisdom. Why? Because Sati, mindfulness, tries to see things as they are, then only it is possible to know what they are. So without Sati, wisdom is not possible. So it is a primary application of the mind to the object to see it as it is. Whether we see people, whether we see things, see with mindfulness. Then that will give more clarity. So when Sati is developed, wisdom will also come. And when there is this wisdom, this is called Sati Nepakha. Sati Nepakha. That means the mindfulness is seeing without taking into any kind of pakha, paksha. That means seeing the reality. So then our cognition, Sati also means cognition, a pure cognition. If mindfulness is there, then the stories, the imagination stories don't occur. If mindfulness is not there, suddenly mind falls into some imagination. That imagination will lead to another imagination, a whole story builds up. And that whole story is nothing but unreal, conceptual story. So Sati makes cognition clear, cognition pure. Sati makes our understanding clear, understanding pure, and the mind tends to be with reality. Now, as a matter of habit, mind tends to be with imagination. Very happy, very comfortable to conceptualize and imagine. When you develop Sati, then it takes towards more and more reality and reality and reality. We think imagination will bring more joy. Our imaginations will bring more joy. But if you develop Sati and see things with mindfulness, that will bring even more joy. For example, sickness. There is sickness in the body, and if you start imagining, oh, this is like that, this, that, fear may come up. Or you may try to run away from it. Or you may wish, oh, it should not come, it should not come, it should not happen, it should not happen. The desire to remove that, and hatred or dislike, fear, so many negative things can come and occupy the mind. And you may imagine, oh, without sickness, it could be like this, like that, and so many things. But instead of all this, if you focus on your pain and observe pain is pain, this is the reality, this is reality, mind already falls into peace. Automatically it will become peaceful. With all those thoughts you wanted to achieve peace, but the peace was always vanishing. If you see reality, then mind will become peaceful. You try it out with your sickness or your pain or with your happiness or with your anything. Mind becomes peaceful because you are with what is there with the reality, and you understand and accept it, mind becomes peaceful. Fear is gone. You don't like to run away. Just wishing and wishing will not work. What has to be done properly, you will go to doctor and take treatment. But mind is peaceful, observing this sickness. So this is the power of mindfulness. Mindfulness leading to wisdom. Wisdom and mindfulness, they bring peace. So that's why Lord Buddha taught in this Satipatthana Sutta wonderful methods how we can overcome suffering. And Lord Buddha calls it as Ekayano Ayang Bhikkhave Maggo. This is the only path, the sole path. Sattanang Visuddhya, for the purification of beings. Soka, Parideva, Dukkha, Domanasa, all these things, Attangamaya, to remove, to overcome all this dukkha. Upasamaya, to lead to peace. Nibbana, to lead to ultimate enlightenment. If somebody says, oh, without mindfulness, I can achieve these states of freedom, then that person is surely deceiving oneself and others. So this is not the just word of the Lord, our Supreme Buddha, but experience of countless people, and any enlightened person will tell this. Oh, mindfulness is the key. It is like a driver. It is like train engine driver who drags all other wagons. Similarly, mindfulness brings all the good qualities of the mind. You know, there are so many good qualities in our mind. In Abhidhamma, those who are studying Abhidhamma, you will be knowing 52 Chetasikas are there, mental qualities. Out of 52, 25 are wholesome, straight away wholesome. And 13 are neutral, which when they come with wholesome, they become great power. They also work in a wholesome way. There are 14 unwholesome. So the rest all you can turn it into great powers of the mind, wholesomeness. Lot of goodness is there in our heart. Less is negative, more is positive. If we allow these positive things to grow, then surely Lord Buddha says, you can overcome all the sufferings. And because it is possible, I am teaching you, like that Lord Buddha says. Very important. So when this mindfulness goes in the front, all other wholesome chetasikas will follow, wholesome chittas will follow, wholesome actions will follow. So it is a very, very powerful pilot, wagon, one who drives all the wagons, wholesome wagons. So that is how mindfulness takes care, it protects the mind. Mindfulness is not just being mindful, it is the protector of the mind, because it brings all other wholesome things, so creates a shield, a very wholesome safety shield to the mind. So what happens? when mindfulness is there, it will not allow negative things to enter. You see? If negative things come into our mind, greed, hatred, or delusion, or any other negative things, then be sure mindfulness is gone. It has vanished. That's why doors are wide open for these negative things to enter. Mindfulness creates a shield. Another power of mindfulness is, it is as you become mindful of what? Mindful in the Satipatthana Sutta, Lord Buddha gives basically 4 objects. Kaya, that is body, Vedana, the feelings, the sensations, mind itself, the thoughts, and Dhamma, mental objects. There are so many other mental objects. All the 4 are realities. So you hook up to any one of them, you are in safe zone with reality, because this is experienceable area of our life. This body, feelings, mind, and mind objects. Anything that is imagination, which is not experienceable, imagination, then that imagination will remain imagination. You can only conceptualize, you cannot experience. That which you cannot experience, you cannot understand. That which you cannot understand, then you will not know the real nature of that. So this body is experienceable. That's why body, Lord Buddha gave different ways of observing this body. We have this beautiful laboratory, this body here and now, and we are carrying it wherever we go. It is there with us 24 hours. So we can observe 24 hours. Body, it has different kinds of functions. For example, breathing is one of the activities. Breath can become a beautiful object of our mindfulness, lifelong. Or just forget about all that. Just you are sitting now. Sitting, just feel that sitting. Posture. How many postures we can have? How many? 4. What are the 4? Sitting, lying, walking, standing. Walking, standing, sitting, or lying down. Most of the time, we are in these one of the 4 postures. Very rarely in between postures, like from sitting to lying down or sitting to getting up. So in between postures, but only 4 postures most of the time. Just be aware, I am in this posture. I have kept my body in this posture. In this deportment, body is like this. If you are just aware of this reality, already mind becomes so peaceful, because anything, whenever mind is with reality, peace follows, calmness follows. Anything which is unreal, excitement follows, distraction follows. That is simple law of our mind. What to do? What can we do? That is the nature of the mind. So, postures or whatever activities we are doing. For example, we are lifting something, walking or sitting or seeing here, there, stretching our arms. Anything that we do, become aware of one activity, that is good enough. And you can become aware of only one activity. Mindfulness can take only one object. So become aware of one activity, be peaceful with that, keep doing that work peacefully. Mindfulness will become stronger and stronger. So it will start bringing wisdom, sati and sampajanya. Lord Buddha emphasizes sampajanya in the Satipatthana Sutta. Wisdom will come. Wisdom to know the correct nature of the object. So body or feelings, sukha, dukkha, neutral feelings, or mental states, whatever mental states, thoughts come up, try to catch. Oh, this is this thought. This is greedy thought. This is generous thought. This is loving thought. This is hateful thought. This is distracted thought. This is calm thought. This is deluded thought. This is knowing wisdom thought. So we have enough ingredients, enough things to do a lot of experiments. This body, feeling and mind are our laboratories. We can do a lot of experiments and understand. Our experiment is experience. One stage, more than experiment. Experiments are done on the table outside. Experience is done inside your own body and mind. So, this sati, when you develop, whether with body or feelings or mind objects, any one of them you take, all of them belong to the domain of reality. So mind is with reality. It understands. So what happens? One very, very important mental activity will come up. Very important, which is so much needed. Mind will start distinguishing between what is worthy and what is unworthy. What is wholesome and what is unwholesome. Automatically it will start. Because one doesn't know what is worthy and what is unworthy, one is readily taking unworthy things instead of worthy things, unworthy things to the mind. Isn't it important? So you see, so the example given is like a king's prime minister, one who is overseeing all kinds of things, not just one activity, but he is seeing all the areas, and he advises to the king. And he is advising the king, he is telling very selectively, oh, this is the right thing, this is the right thing, this is the wrong thing. So like that, mind will, because our life is so widely spread out, the mind gets spread out like anything. So it is the mindfulness which will tell, okay, this is worthy, this is worth, this is unworthy to be left out. Isn't it important that in our life we gain this capacity? What a beautiful quality we have. Let us nurture it, make it stronger. And so Sati is also having the quality of memory. But not just memory, it is Anusati. Anusati means reflection. There are so many Anusati meditations like Buddha Anusati, Dhamma Anusati, Sangha Anusati, Devata Anusati, Chaga Anusati, Shila Anusati, Upasama Anusati. So many different kinds of meditations Lord Buddha has taught. So in these Anusatis, we recollect. For example, Buddha Anusati, we bring the qualities of the Buddha. We remember the qualities of the Buddha. So there it is remembering, recollecting, and once we bring those things, though they are, you might have heard in the past, but you bring that quality as the present object. So here Sati brings different things as memory, as present object, and sees that object and gains from that object. So this is another quality of Sati. Another quality, one more, we will soon finish our this one. Very, very interesting thing. What an amount of understanding and great detailed explanations in the Tipitaka and in the Attakathas. So this Sati will, I told you, it brings good qualities, all other good qualities, so many Chetasikas, Chittas. Not only that, it makes them to apply, it makes them to work. There are, for example, Saddha, faith is another good quality. It will come up in your mind. It is the Sati which makes it to work. Saddha will function, its Saddha part. Karuna will come. If it comes, it will vanish. But if Sati is there, then that Karuna will do its work. Compassion work. Metta will do its work. Panya will do its work. Equanimity will do its work. Generosity will do its work. So many nice qualities. Intention. The intention will become wholesome intention, and that intention will become very strong. Now, today all of you are sitting here. Your intention is quite strong. If you had no intention, you wouldn't wake up on Sunday morning in time, you wouldn't get ready, you wouldn't travel at least half an hour, 1 hour. In Bengaluru it is at least 1 hour. Then you wouldn't come and sit here with this determination and calmness. Isn't it? So who made it? Who strengthened it? That mindfulness, that intention. It is the mindfulness. So it is mindfulness which makes all wholesome Chetasikas, all wholesome Chittas put into action, just like a good manager. Good manager, what he or she does, they will put all other staff, all other workers into action. Not just action, correct action. Not just correct action, knowing the capacity of the worker, knowing the task ahead, knowing the time, all taking all these aspects, putting that worker into action in right time. So also there are so many good qualities Now, say for example, you are in need of loving kindness. So at that time, if you are struggling to bring generosity, that will not be so suitable. So loving kindness is needed. So to bring loving kindness from our heart, loving kindness from our past experience, past development, loving kindness from past inspiration, immediately to bring that into the mind, all that will be Sati. Sati's mindfulness, Sati's management. That will be management. Okay? So Sati is a fantastic manager of the mind. Another important, very important, very, very important aspect of Sati is sound judgment. It is the judgment which creates problems in our life, not just for ourselves. Our judgments also create problem for others. So shouldn't we do correct judgments? Then Sati is needed. And Sati is the opposite of negligence. Pamada. Pamada is another word which is occasionally used. Pamada means negligence. Apamada is non-negligence. Heedfulness. Your mind is fully aware, heedful, earnest, not negligent, diligent. Diligence. So Sati is opposite of negligence, because negligence makes the mind to wander. You see, what are the problems of negligence? It makes the mind to wander. It cannot have any hold on the six senses. It is not, the negligent mind cannot be effortful, persevering. It cannot be like thoroughly, clearly working, haphazard, here a little bit, there, and like that. Whereas Sati always works systematically. That is the difference between negligent mind and diligent mind. And negligent mind is stuck in petty things and worldly things. Mindfulness always takes you to little higher levels, higher levels, higher levels. Negligent doesn't want to do what is right, whereas mindfulness wants to do what is right. And negligence always tries to put aside the duties, trying to postpone or trying to avoid what to be done. But Sati will bring you power, whether it is pleasant thing to do or unpleasant thing to do, Sati will make you to do that. That is the power of mindfulness as diligence, opposite of negligence. So, Sati is compared to elephant footprint. Elephant footprint is very big one. All other animals' footprints are small, small. They can fit inside the footprint of elephant footprint. No? Similarly, all good things, all good qualities, they are within the footprint of Sati. This Sati can become stronger and stronger by systematic development, not just as meditation. That meditation goes further into your daily life activities. Life activities means morality, Panchashila, what you have taken, how you behave in your body, how you behave in your words. All these things are considered. Therefore, Sati is also the essence of Shila, our moral life, our behavioral life, our mannerism. All these things are also coming in the scope of Sati. So, this moral life will support Sati to grow, and this Sati will support moral life to grow. So, you can see how powerful and how wide is this mindfulness. So, this is explained in numerous suttas. And there is this sutta, Satipatthana Sutta, the 4 foundations of mindfulness. Our Bhadanta ji has translated it, the 4 foundations of mindfulness. I don't know if it is there. Please take it, read it. And it is also one of the parittas, like protective chantings. It is also chanted as Paritta Sutta. It is also specially chanted at the time of death. Somebody is on the deathbed. For them, it is very, very helpful sutta. This Satipatthana Sutta. So try to learn at least few verses. Try to read it loud. Try to read it for your family members. Try to read it for yourself. We spend so much time knowing so many things of the word, so many useless things of the word, and time is gone for that. Mental energy is gone for that. Your memory space is gone for that. Putting all rubbish things, delete them and put something useful things. So Satipatthana Sutta can be really enriching part for our mind. Shall we do like that? Huh? Will you do something? Sati, mindfulness. Or will you keep that mindfulness nicely? Oh, mindfulness, be in this hall. Now I am going out of the hall. Bye-bye. I will be what I am. Sati is only for Buddha Vihara monks and meditators, somebody sitting in the forest. No. Sati is every moment whatever you do. If you become angry, okay, become angry with Sati. Do that with Sati. You see what happens. I am angry. Okay, now I am shouting. I am shouting. Try to be mindful angry person. You see what happens. So what a beautiful quality that we have got. We are blessed with this mindfulness, which is a very strong faculty, as we have seen what a power it has got. And it is a power, it is an enlightenment factor, it is noble eightfold path factor. Sati is there in all different kinds of analysis that Lord Buddha does. So many suttas, so many places, so in these Attakathas, everywhere, very nicely mentioned. So try to read this Satipatthana Sutta and also its commentary. It's beautiful commentary. There is one book called The Way to Mindfulness by Soma Thera. Very beautiful book, and some of the things I told from that book, very nicely explained, word by word explanation of this Satipatthana Sutta. Try to study. So here we conclude today's program.